back to R Square's Morning Man. My name is R Square, and today we are doing the Divisional Round picks. First off, I'm going to go ahead and apologize for not doing a video earlier in the week and not doing a video last week. Been super busy, I'm super jet lagged, so that poster fell. It's still there, but it does resemble perfectly well that the Dolphins have fallen. But that was good, wasn't it? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump straight on in. So we're going to go ahead and start with the 3:30 game, which is the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Houston Texans. This is going to be a real good one. Watch out for this one. The Texans, CJ Stroud, put on quite the show. Along with the Divisional Round weekend picks, by the way, I'm also pretty much going to be doing a wild card recap and reacting to that. So let's go ahead and start with Texans-Browns. The Texans, they put on quite the show against Cleveland. Definitely shocked the world on that one. I think they deserved every minute of that. Go Strouds, go, because he is the only one leading them this far. Without him and put in Davis Mills into the squad, they're nothing. Sorry to say, Houston. But CJ Stroud is your franchise quarterback. Put some weapons around him. This is an instant Super Bowl team. Give me the, I want to say, give me the Texans over the Browns. Sorry. Get a little excited for the CJ Stroud and the Texans. I'm not picking the Texans. The Texans did have an impressive win over the Browns. I believe the final score was like something like 42-14 or 45-14. Very impressive game, that one. I'm super impressed with Houston and everything they did in that game. I think they have a legit shot at upsetting Baltimore in this one. Don't sleep on Houston, I gotta say. And then we look at Baltimore, who had the bye week. They don't get Mark Andrews back this week. Zay Flowers is still listed as questionable. I don't know. Watch out for those for that Texans squad. You might want to be looking out for them if that's your upset pick of the week. That's a good pick. I'm not picking them. I'm taking not so fast, my friend. I'm taking Baltimore. I would love to see Baltimore or Houston go all the way. I'm a big fan of not seeing any repeats in Super Bowls. Thank you very much. So I would go with Baltimore or Houston. Either one of these teams, fantastic in my opinion. I'm going with Baltimore in this one, however, because I would rather see the Ravens in the Super Bowl than the Texans. The Texans deserve it, but in CJ Stroud's first year, come on. That's too perfect. It's too perfect. So I'm taking Baltimore over the Texans. Next up, we have our nightcap of Saturday's games. It's the Green Bay Packers. I'm sorry. It just makes me laugh so hard, and maybe what's the sensation I'm feeling? Like the Dallas Cowboys. I'm so upset that they're not firing Mike McCarthy, because they should. That was embarrassing. Woo, alright, I got a real kick out of that one. Oh, man, sorry, Cowboys fans, but I mean, you do it every year. And did I not say? I literally called it, folks. I mean, a few weeks back, you could hear me roasting on the Cowboys saying they're going down like they always do. I just didn't think it would be against a team like Green Bay, the literal youngest team in the NFL. Oh, man, that was pretty bad. And Jerry Jones, I'm sorry. You're a terrible owner. You have absolutely terrible owner just for keeping Mike McCarthy for another year. You're not actually want to win Super Bowls. You're just seeking comfort. You just want the wins. You want to be recognized as a winner, not as a Super Bowl winner. You just want to be a regular old winner. That's unacceptable for Dallas. I'm disappointed in them. I'm glad Green Bay won, though. It's going to teach them a lesson for the future to actually take playoff games seriously next time. And their opponent is the Detroit... No, I said that wrong. It's the San Fran 49ers. San Francisco. The Niners also coming off that bye week. The 7th seed Green Bay take on the number 1 seed San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Brock Purdy. You can't even doubt how good they are. They're that good. Like, these guys are probably going to make the Super Bowl. No one actually wants them to make the Super Bowl, unless you're a 49ers fan. But they probably will, and that's the sad reality of it. I'm taking the Niners over the Packers. It's going to be a tight one, though, because, again, I'm saying it this time for this team as well. Don't sleep on the Packers. They looked pretty good against Dallas, and any team that can beat Dallas doesn't mean anything. At least not playoff Dallas. Anyway, next up, we have the next NFC matchup, and this time it is the Detroit Lions and their incredible victory in a revenge game for Jared Goff over the Los Angeles Rams and Matthew Stafford. I definitely think Goff deserves it more than pretty much anyone else. I've always been a fan of Goff. He hasn't capitalized in that moment, though. Now's his chance as he faces off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was not surprised at all by Tampa Bay's victory last week over the Philadelphia Eagles. I picked the Bucs. The only thing I was disappointed of is the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, what a collapse. It's understandable if Jason Kelce wants to retire. I would too if I'm with that squad. I'm just saying, you went from Super Bowl team to laughingstock real fast. Yeah. The NFC East really did collapse in the playoffs. Just the entire East, except Buffalo. Buffalo's like the only team. And even they didn't look too hot against Pittsburgh. I'll get to that in a minute, in our last game of the day. But for sure, I was definitely not too impressed with Philly's performance. So I wouldn't immediately jump to say, oh, the Bucs are the best team in the league because they beat the Super Bowl champ, the reigning NFC champions. That means they're going to be so great and they're going to go all the way to the Super Bowl. That's not happening. I'm taking the Lions in this one by a pretty fair amount. I would say 14. This one won't be as close as maybe the other ones. I'm just taking this one. Although Detroit did not seem absolutely secure about their win against the Rams. Don't count them out, of course. Don't count the Bucs out. Obviously, it's a playoff game, but at the same time, it's just the same old Bucs without Tom Brady. And then our last game of the night, what could argue, is the Divisional Round game of the week. It is a rematch of two AFC heavyweights for the past 5-6 years or so. I can't believe they've been in the league that long. And two quarterbacks who have been outstanding throughout their career. And one of these quarterbacks, potential last chance to make a stand in Josh Allen, and one quarterback who wants to make yet another in Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs take on the Bills. KC coming off a win against the Dolphins, who did fall on that one. And honestly, they played their hearts out. They did well, but not the most impressive win of the weekend. 26-7. I'm not too impressed with Kansas City's ability to score in the red zone. They kicked a few field goals in that one. I'm not too impressed by that. If you're gonna be Buffalo, you got to be able to do that. However, the Buffalo Bills won 31-17 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Come on, people. That was 14 points against a team that's offense has been historically bad for the last year. Now you're facing a Chiefs offense who in the past has been historically great. Like, I mean, what are you going to do about that? If you have 17 points, only score 31, but statistically speaking, the Chiefs' defense is stingier than the Steelers' defense this year, Buffalo might be in some trouble here. All right, here's the big pick of the week. I'm taking Buffalo. I am taking Buffalo. I'm not doing it for any particular reason other than it's going to be an out-dueling. I think Josh Allen's going to out-duel Patrick Mahomes. I think he's going to have a great game. 3 touchdowns, 300 yards through the air, a touchdown on the ground, 60 or 70 yards on the ground along with a touchdown. I'm going with Buffalo. I just think it's going to happen. This is their time. It's their last chance. They're going to be playing their hearts out against a team that has slain them once, time and time again. It's just they cannot get a break from these Chiefs in the playoffs. Now's their chance to go out there and face off against Baltimore or Houston. And honestly, probably lose. But I'm definitely keep Kansas City in the brain there because I definitely think KC's got a very good chance of winning this one. Estimated score is probably going to be somewhere around 38-35 in pick a team, coin flip it. That team's got 38. It really does come down to the attitude going into that. Patrick Mahomes is heading to Buffalo. That home team momentum might just push them over the line and give Buffalo a win. So yeah, I'm taking the Bills. So that means the conference championship for me will be Bills, Ravens, Lions, and Niners. Relatively straightforward, but on every single one of them I said, don't take my word for it because I love all of these teams in this playoffs, except for maybe Kansas City. I would rather not see them in another Super Bowl. Sorry, Chiefs fans, but I had to say it. I don't want to see a repeat. But other than that, It's been a very successful week of wildcard football, and it's going to be a very successful weekend of divisional football. I will see you guys in the next week for conference championship football. And by the way, one other note, I was thinking of doing a separate video for a new anti-character. He was named R to the Infinite Power. Just wanted to get your thoughts on that. I've been kind of thinking about how to do it, but I didn't see any positive or negative responses on that one. So if you do want a video on that, don't forget to comment down below. Please do comment about whether you do want to see that video. And do subscribe. And there's no we, or is there? And I will see you in the next video.